Right, I'm
I
hitting
think
the
that she
record
got
button.
and I knew.
Let me do that.
Sure.
Still doing one at Estes. I do see somebody. Christiana, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. No, Emporia's okay. Hopefully somebody will come up here and straighten this one out. Oh, somebody's up there.
Once had the good old fist will do it.
Good? Is that what your trouble
Can you
was?
guys hear me now? Can y'all hear me?
Who is this? Diane?
I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
I can't hear you.
It's on their end.
Yeah, everybody else can hear me okay. All the other campuses, so something on your end.
I can't hear you.
Hold on. Come on. And check speaker. Hopefully they can read that.
Oh, I doubt it.
No, I didn't. But
That's backwards too.
nope, not on their screen. It's not backwards on their screen. Because
Hello.
The speaker's on.
Can you hear me? They did read that.
that's an interesting sound.
Hello.
Yeah.
Nothing still. Computer volume.
She's got tea person, so.
I was gonna say I don't know why they're not. They have a window up at the moment.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yep.
Hallelujah. All right. Yeah, I think you guys are going to just have to put on the calendar to come in there every Tuesday and check on things because this is happening every single time.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we are going to start our section that begins the function of influencing. Today we have chapter 12 today and 13 on Thursday. This 12 is sort of an introductory on influencing and a little bit on communications. And then as we get into the end of the week, we'll be looking specifically at the function of leadership or leading. So I've got a little video to start us off, one that's not actually on Blackboard for you, but it's kind of a funny one, but it has some really strong points to it about how to influence other people. Now, to me, influencing somebody is just means getting somebody to do something that you want them to do. Okay, so that certainly has implications for our working world as well as our home lives and other types of influencing we may have to do. But this one, if you look at it, it's a little bit funny, but you'll see how easy it might be to actually influence people to do what you'd like for them to do. So I'm going to share the screen with that video, and if I could find it. Yeah, but I needed to find what I was sharing. That's it right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So are y'all seeing it now? Yeah. Hopefully everybody's seeing this.
Run your own company and to lead and motivate people. The following video is possibly the most compelling 3-minute video about leadership that you will ever see. It was filmed a couple of years back at an outdoor dance party. And I got to warn you, some of the people in this clip are seriously under the influence of some hardcore drugs. Don't let that distract you. It was filmed by a guy called Derek Sivers. Now, you know how some people see the world differently, and somehow they're able to articulate these magical moments in clear and entertaining ways? Well, Derek Sivers is one of those people. So in this 3-minute video, he reveals how to create a movement and motivate people in 3 minutes. Now watch.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore. It's about them. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not 2 nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. Let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is over-glorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
Isn't that interesting? While we all cover leadership, perhaps we should be thinking about our customers, our staff, our fans, and helping these people become advocates, champions, and ambassadors. That's why our next video series is all going to be about nurturing first followers, nurturing fans through social media. We're talking about using Facebook to create a prospect funnel. We're talking about how to become an industry leader on Twitter. We're talking about how to make new connections on LinkedIn. If you're interested in those sorts of things, simply sign up below and I'll see you on the flip side.
Okay, I thought that was kind of interesting. You will hear a lot about leadership when you take management classes, but leadership is not, oops, sorry about that. I am, thank you. At least I am supposed to be. Okay, so leadership is more about getting other people to follow you and nurturing that than it is standing out alone, okay? So I really thought that was an interesting little thing there. One guy standing out there dancing by himself, not a big deal, right? But notice how it nurtured and grew into everyone following, and it's as important to nurture those followers, and those followers are also important as well. All right, so let me get I have a lot of squeaky feedback, don't I? Maybe I'll turn the volume down here. So no, I still hear. Let's turn it down.
What's going on?
A lot of squeaky stuff going on
What's
here.
happening here?
I'm zooming
I need
to
more.
5 different places, of which nobody's in, but listen to the feedback. It's awful.
No, not today. No song and dance today.
Go ahead, Matt.
I could do that. You know that. But.
Sure you could. All right, so let me get back to my
Speak to Ms. Henderson here for just a quick second.
what you got
I
going on?
understood you were having difficulties. That's the only reason why I interrupted your class.
How did you know I was having?
Jessica told me she heard you on the phone with
Oh, I obviously was loud and crazy then, huh?
her. She said you were on the phone.
Oh. I'm always having technical difficulties whenever I try to broadcast to South Boston. When I get to South Boston, broadcast back here.
It's always technical difficulty.
It's always, but it's just South Boston. The rest of them can find me, hear me, nothing is a problem. So.
Maybe a key in the line to South Boston.
I like it, yeah.
I'm gonna straighten that cord out.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Simply be a light switch.
All right. So did you need me for something else, or you just come to help me? Yes. Yeah, she sent me a message. I'll have to pull her thing to make sure, but
Yeah, she's got 6 credits, so she's going to walk in May, graduate in summer.
Okay.
Which means this is not late.
Okay,
But
good.
Shauna wants it so she can make sure her name's going to
Well,
be in the
can I
program.
sign it without the
Yes, you may.
thing?
Take my word for
I always
it.
do.
You need 6 credits. Get back to doing what you're doing.
Okay, so smart.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck to you guys.
I got the-
Smart.
See you too.
Don't look smart.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can't share this PowerPoint with you, and we can knock this chapter out, even with technical difficulties. All right. Do I not see the PowerPoint? Okay, I see that.
PowerPoint never opened.
Okay. Oh, it's down there.
We're gonna have the 2 screen share.
I have no idea.
I have a good idea.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Watch for once kind of there, I swear. This computer hates me.
Honestly, I don't understand why we have a second monitor.
I don't either. I don't know what that's
I
for.
like it. I'm just gonna be honest. I like having it up there and up there because sometimes my eyes.
But that's never up there. The important thing is always over there.
Nothing over here, but got that. Shoot.
I mean, do you want me to turn on presenter view?
It is off, right?
You can turn it on, and what it'll do is,
Whatever happens there.
well, it'll pull up like a second one.
Well,
They'll both be synced together.
they'll be the same. Okay. All right, but it's not doing the slideshow. It's just showing it like
Well,
that.
the slideshow is on this page.
Okay. Well, one way or the other, I hope you all have the, I don't want that there. I'm trying to get rid of them. To have the PowerPoint up there that you can take a look at. We're going to skip on down here to, I need to move that little guy. Where do I go to? Tuck him down here. Oh, that's what I want right there. Okay. So as we started off talking, we are definitely looking at how we guide activities of an organization or get other people to do what we want them to do. Of course, we're going to focus on the organization members as people, and we're going to look at this as part of being a successful manager. So that's why we are actually looking at it in this principles class here. We'll see that influencing is a subsystem of the overall management system. It's part of the processing between the input and the output. And I didn't feel like this was a whole lot of interesting information on that little graph there, but I did like this chart here that showed.
They're not seeing the charts.
Oh, good grief.
Just press N on the keyboard.
Press end, not escape. All right.
That's not what's supposed to happen. Launch. Let me select PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to here, and you can press N, and that'll change the slide on both. And you can just do that.
Okay. All right.
Now they actually know what you're talking about.
All right.
Or you can
Good.
hit the button on it. That's my shortcut.
Okay. There's the slide that I'm referring to. This is where chief executives were polled and ranked the skills that they thought management students should actually be taught. And they were ranked from number 1 to 15. You can see some of them tied, so that's why the numbers are a little bit strange there. But top rated are oral written communication skills and interpersonal skills. Now this is where we get a lot of feedback from our community leaders that our students are not excelling in these areas. They are lacking in oral and written skills and interpersonal skills. Now, I personally think the interpersonal skills is a result of the technology today. Yes, ma'am.
Give me an example of interpersonal skills.
Being able to communicate face-to-face with people and being able to understand what that person is saying and back and forth, right? I think nowadays people have learned how to text so much, and you realize that you can't always interpret what somebody texts correctly because you're not getting the non-verbal cues, the non-written cues that go along with it. Just like it is so much harder to take an online class than it is to take a seated class, it might be more convenient, but the instructor cannot read the students to see if they're understanding the material. The students don't often communicate with the instructor to let them know that they need more information. So we've lost something there. And losing it is making it harder to get into the work world to communicate, because when you get there, most of us are not going to be sitting behind a computer the entire workday. Now, maybe the computer people will, but that's about it. Even those people have to know what the others need. So we're working hard at beefing those up. Some of you might be interested in knowing that if you are a business management major, we have just gone through a curriculum revision, and we are changing around some of the classes. Most of you have to take English 111 and 112 for the management degree, not the transfer degree, but the business management degree. We're replacing 112 with business 236, business communications. So it actually should be focusing in on this communication problem. Yes, ma'am.
I think when I think of interpersonal, I think of being able to figure out what it is you're trying to communicate, look at yourself, what you're trying to communicate, and then be able to
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of visual cues, like when I walk through the door, y'all can probably tell whether I've had a good day or a bad day and know what to expect. Okay? Like that coming in here. That needs a lot of laughter because it makes people feel comfortable. That's part of his interpersonal skills that he's developed over time. Whereas you can't get that across with the texting on somebody's. You could put a little emoji on there with a smiley face or something, but that doesn't cut it with you knowing how I'm feeling about things. Okay, not that the day that I'm having really should influence what's going on in class, but let's face it, it does. Yeah, it does. Okay, so let me go on down the list, though. I thought this was very, very important. Leadership skills are on there. But above that are things like integrity and understanding financial and accounting skills and economics and so on. So you can kind of look through that list and see if you think that your program here is actually teaching you what the chief executives feel like is important or not. And we do that here at the school. We continually look towards chief executives and say, okay, you've hired some of our graduates. What were they good in? What were they not good in? What do we need to improve? And that leads to things like our Business 236 class. Okay, so emotional intelligence, okay? Capacity of people to recognize their own feelings and the feelings of others, to motivate themselves, and to manage their own emotions as well as their emotions and relationships with others. Okay, managing your own emotions. Okay, how did you feel when you found out that we were delayed at 10:30 this morning?
It didn't affect my class.
Yeah, it didn't bother you. And then we turned around and found out they delayed until noon. Okay, now my emotion at that point, I was like, why didn't they just go ahead and cancel the whole day? Or my emotion might have been, oh, good, I get to meet with these people. I only see them once a week anyway, so I'm happy we're having class. I'm getting further behind. Okay, you can manage your own emotions. Okay, you can choose how you're going to emotionally react to things. Interesting how you can choose the high road or the low road quite often. So if you are an emotionally intelligent manager, you have the ability to motivate people. You can focus on what you want to accomplish in your company, communicate effectively, use those leadership skills. I think that's supposed to be handle conflict appropriately. It looks like a misspelled word there. Manage diversity, creativity, all those things fall and if you can learn how to manage your own emotions as well. All right, so tying that emotionally intelligence in with influencing. Again, you see a lot of buzzwords we've had for this class: motivation, communication, leadership, teamwork, creativity, innovation. Okay, so it's at the heart of a lot of these.
Human existence.
Okay, so communicating is the process of sharing information with individuals. It does involve two sides of things, though. The person who's sending the message and the person who's receiving the message. So we're hoping that the people who receive the message are able to understand exactly what we are stuck here. Can I get to that next? What happened to my screen?
You deselected the other one.
Did?
Yeah, when you click that. So just wrong one. The one with the black borders, and then just click in.
How do you know this?
He's a nerd.
No, this is what I actually do for a living. This is what I wish I got paid to do for a living.
All right.
He's on my payroll.
Why is it blank? Why is this blank? Why is this blank? Okay. How far back?
There we go. Oh, that's it. There we go. All right, guys. That's good enough.
Press N. Don't touch the mouse. That'll help.
Don't touch the mouse. Okay.
Until you're done with it.
All right. Okay. All right. So communication. Of course, we have a formal and informal means of communications. It can be downward, where the higher up in your pyramid of organization is communicating down to the people underneath them, or it can go the other way, how the those at the bottom of the pyramid are communicating upward, or you can do lateral communication between your peers. I think we're up to slide
It doesn't show you on the side, but it is.
we must be down a little bit
Down
further.
below the encoders.
Page 7, so that would be slide 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12.
Okay, it was after the grapevines.
We're on slide 26.
All right.
Which is
Communication is the nervous system of the organization. It tells you what actions you need to do. It encourages free flow. It also make sure that your leaders are trusted as well. These are 10 commandments of being a good listener. Okay? And take a look at number 1 and then look at number 10. Okay, to be a good listener, you need to stop talking. What? Okay. You cannot listen if you're talking, and they repeat that as number 10 because they're trying to make sure that you understand how important that is. Okay? But put the person who's talking at ease. Show them that you want to listen. I think some of these are, I'm guilty of it. Do not read their email while they're talking. Okay? I've had students come to my door and want to discuss something, and I'm sitting there reading my email, and I clearly am not listening to what they're saying because I'm reading an email. Don't doodle, tap, or shuffle papers. Okay?
guilty.
Really where?
That's number 3.
Yeah, that's number 3. That's number 4 is remove distractions. Number 5, empathize with the talker, put yourself in their place. Okay, and that's a key skill for being a faculty member is I have to put myself in the student's place. Many of them, this is the first time they taken classes, the first time they've used Blackboard, the first time they've, done a lot of things in a college setting than before. Now, today, you can put yourself in my place and realize that this Zoom stuff gives me a headache, so I appreciate all the help I get. Be patient, don't interrupt the talker, don't head for the door to walk away. Now, I've consciously done that when it's somebody I don't want to talk to. I'll head for the door. That's all. But it's usually not a student, it's usually somebody that's come to bother me about something else. Hold your temper. Go easy on arguments and criticism. Makes people clam up. Ask questions. I do remember one time when I was kind of mentoring a few students around here. One student came back and gave me the greatest compliment. She said, I'm learning from you just by watching you. Whenever you talk to someone, that person you're talking to is the most important person to you. And that's a skill that you have to kind of develop over time. You have to say, even when I'm talking.
When I do anything else, the entire world will listen to you. Not you, but this
Yeah, exactly. So, even when I was I had, plumbing issues for 3 weeks, even as I was talking to plumbers on the phone. When I talked to them, I tried to make them feel like they were the most important people to me at that time. I wasn't just distracted by some other thing going on. So, yes, ma'am.
And this is so good because so many people aren't even aware of language. Does not do.
Exactly.
For instance, if you're looking at me while I'm talking, I'll lean into you. It gives you my part. Family members don't know. They can be, some people are tactful. They can listen and do this over here, but it makes you feel like what you're saying is fine.
Exactly. So there's so many nonverbal cues out there about people, but you can consciously show people that you are willing to listen to what they have to say. You're going to consider it and so on. Now, how did I get to that, to the end? All I did was press
P. Press P.
Press P?
And that'll go back. Previous. P is previous.
I am learning so
N
much.
is next.
And then hit next?
N.
Oh, N.
N is.
Uh-oh.
That's actually the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Oh, that's the very last one?
It's next.
Oh, we skipped a bunch. Well, that's okay. Let's still go back and take a look at those because I'm trying to get the overall concepts to you there. There was some information about the grapevine and how that's a very important communication tool in a company. It's an informal type of communication tool. Oh, that formula, yeah, it just tells you that your facial expressions play such an important role in your communications. Okay, people who are actively listening to what you have to say will watch your faces because your faces tell them a whole lot. Okay, like. You could be communicating with me up here like, I'm going to help you, and your facial expressions show you want to help. Or your face could have told me, she's such an ignorant person. Why doesn't she know that N means next and P means, prior, previous, Hopefully his face, to me, I welcome his help because he's not judging me while he's doing that. He's helping.
Well, the other reason there's no need to judge because you're not the only one that doesn't know this information.
Well, everybody didn't know it at some point. There's some point we didn't know it. That's why we have. That's right. So,
You're not wrong.
we have lots of. This is where teamwork and communications can help because if I hadn't said I don't know what to do, then I would have never found out that he did know what to do and could help us out. So, you got to communicate with other people.
Exactly. One thing that was pointed out to me years and years and years ago is that the position of our body is people are trying to communicate to another human being. can cause stress and relieve stress. Meaning I could speak to you could ask me if Mary had a little lamb to you, and if my body was this and I say it, Mary had a little lamb. But if I all of a sudden cross my body and clench my fists and try to sing the
Cross the
exact
arms
same
across it,
song
yeah.
and keep tightening your fists,
I'm told,
it will affect what's coming out.
I am told that you can use those same types of things in your dating strategies. If you find a person that you are interested in, if they,
I'm just honest.
you are, well, maybe you're the exception. Well, women are different from men too, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you can watch some of these little nonverbal cues, like whether they open up to you or whether they are clenched up when
That's
they're.
why I don't date much.
All right, let me get this one stopped shared, and we will go and look. I'm thinking we'll probably hit the grapevine. I think you all have heard. I heard it through the grapevine, right?
Yeah.
The information you get through the grapevine may or may not be true by the time it gets to you. So be very careful with using grapevine information. However, it's still a valid tool for use in an organization. So be very careful. I'm going to show you the other video that we have, hopefully. And this tells you how to deal with different types of people. Now, I need to get, do I need to get that off? Can I close that PowerPoint right there?
By this point, yeah, we can just close it. And then
Okay, and
Hi, I'm Susan Metzen. Welcome to the whiteboard session on how to influence different types of people. In order to look at the different types of people we have, I have drawn up a matrix, and we're going to go through 4 different types of people. We're all a mix of all of them, but let's spot which one is most descriptive of yourself. On your left-hand side, you will see that we have someone who is task-oriented, detail-oriented, and a thinker. And on your right-hand side, we have someone who's much more people-oriented, big picture, and a feeler. Towards the bottom of the screen, we have someone who's more reserved and slow-paced. And at the top, we have the opposite, someone who's outgoing and assertive and much more fast-paced. That gives us these 4 basic types. Let's start with the red, with the driver. The driver is detail-oriented, but impatient in an organization that typically your CEO types. They like results. And the way to influence them is by getting to the point quickly. They like the detail, but they don't have time for the detail, which is a bit of a dichotomy. So give them the executive summary and bullets and let them drive the rest. Let them ask into the detail. Tell them that you have it, and you must absolutely also have it with you. Never say you have it without having the detail there. Now moving to the yellow personality type. These are expressive. They're outgoing, fast, but they're people-oriented, they're feelers. In an organization that typically your salespeople and your marketing people, they like fun. So how to influence them? Well, don't send them long, detailed emails because they may never check their email and certainly not read it if it's a long one. What they would appreciate is that you drop by their desk or you give them a quick phone call. And when you speak to them, make it a bit more fun and outgoing. Make them talk, they like to talk. Ask them how they're doing, how their weekend was. So make it a little bit more lighthearted before you get down to business. Now let's move down and look at the green personality type. These are amiables. Amiables are more reserved and slow-paced, but they're still feelers. These people don't like too much change. They're really all about harmony. They're great listeners, great team players, and in an organization, they're typically your professionals or caring professionals. The way to influence them is to sit down, have a one-on-one conversation, and ask them how they're feeling, and give them time to consider their responses. They do not appreciate being put on the spot. Remember, harmony is very important to them. Moving to the last personality type, the blue. These are analyticals. They're driven by compliance and by doing things right. In an organization, they're typically your IT professionals or your accountants and analysts. They are driven by detail and they're reserved. So a good way to influence them is actually through the written media, through email. And they do appreciate the detail. So you can imagine now what happens if someone from the sales department calls someone from the technical department and says, can you give me a quick estimate by 4 o'clock? Now, these people down here are going to do quick estimates. They like to do things thoroughly, properly, and that takes time. So such a message is going to frustrate them quite a lot. So my question to you now is, which personality type are you? Are you predominantly red, yellow, green, or blue? That's important because you will tend to communicate from your own preference. But what needs to happen if you want to really influence people is you need to adapt your style to wherever your stakeholder is, or the senior executive, or your team member, wherever that person is that you want to influence. Adapt your style. Thank you for watching. Please visit us again at projectmanager.com.
Okay, so extremely important. Can you kind of identify yourself with one of those 4 types fairly easily?
What are you?
Me,
They named me by.
I'm kind of a little crossover. I'm always an unusual person when I do all these leadership quizzes and Myers-Briggs and things like that. I end up being unusual because I'm both analytical, but I am a people too. So, and those usually don't go hand in hand. You usually see people who are like accountants, which I am, are focused mainly on getting a task done and doing it right, and don't have a lot of time for the people side of things. But I like that too. I guess that's why I think I finished in this career, which uses my knowledge in accounting, but allows me to have the people. Yeah, right. And you may find that you change a little over time. I can remember the very first time that I took a Myers-Briggs test, which is, you probably will have heard that somewhere along in your career here, which is a personality type test. I scored so far off the extrovert scale that they just couldn't believe it. I mean, it was like, you know, she wants to be with people all the time. She wants to party. She wants, you know, crowds of people around her. The older I have gotten, the more introverted I have become. So it could change in your lifetime. And there is no one right style. You notice she never said you should be blue, yellow, green, or whatever, red. She just identified them. The key to it is knowing what you are, but also knowing what kind of personality your listener has, because you can adapt to talk to them so that they will understand.
Like you have a driver personality that's trying to get, or you have an expressive personality with an amiable, because the expressive is not going to understand why someone who's amiable is not excited.
Exactly. It doesn't mean you have to be the same types. You just have to recognize that this person process is different than you do. And there is a better way to communicate with them. And you can imagine me with all these students. I probably have somebody from all 4 types come through my office just about every day. that's why it's so important for your instructors to get to know you so that you can accomplish what you're trying to do.
That's why I like in-class.
That's why I like seated classes too.
I don't like this. I don't like it because it's halfway.
Half and half, yeah. Yeah, I understand. I totally do. And, you know, if you think this is bad, the online, totally online is even worse. But on the other hand, there are benefits of both that we cannot just wipe them off the slate because we would not be able to serve a large population of students. So that's why we hope that we give you all, most of the time, different options where you could take it online or you could take it Zoomed or you could take it seated or whatever. Now, sometimes you don't get all those options, but you can choose what you want. So now that you've decided that I'm a little bit analytical, little, you know, how do you think you would change the way you would communicate with me?
Friendly but to the point.
There you go. There you go. That's a good one. Friendly but to the point. I am definitely one of these. Remember, I can remember clearly when I first talked about some of y'all's assignments, I said, don't BS, keep it short and simple, get to the point on some of it, but you're going to accomplish what it's asking you to do. That's kind of how I am with my whole life. Don't give me a lot of BS around the edges in life, but I do want to get along with it. Not that I don't want to have anything to do with you, it's just that I have so much in my life that to me, getting to the end result is important.
Without worrying about everything else.
Right, right. And it's just, again,
She said goes along pretty much with just to be kind.
oh, kindness is a must. We see lots lately about people who are forgetting about kindness on their. And do you know how good it feels to be kind sometimes? I mean, I know I paid, one day I paid for lunch for a couple of our staff people that work here.
There's another side of it.
Well, these people will forever be grateful and will do anything I ask them to do now. Absolutely anything. And I didn't do it for that means. I just looked at them and said, you know what? These people have always been there for me, and they do an important job at the school. And I did it anonymously, but the waitress told them who.
Yeah, I think that there are some situations in life where if somebody was trying to physically harm me, kindness would not work.
No.
If my goal is to get them to stop harming me, I have to do whatever it takes to.
Yeah, kindness is not appropriate everywhere. You are right. You are right. So, okay. I did not put any other homework assignments other than to just keep reading through these chapters. And we do have it coming up again soon, I think. Nothing other than the reading assignments. So nothing else. So you all just keep on reading, and I will be coming from South Boston on Thursday. So I can show up and hopefully I'll at least come.
No.
So, yeah, chapter 13 on Thursday. I'll have PowerPoints for the folks in South Boston. And
How are you going to test these? Is it going to be like we had it last time, or is it going to be online?
Well, the question is, will the test be next week, or will it be a subsequent?
well, I think it is. I think we're on scheduling here now.
Yes, we are.
So it will be next week. It does for you guys who are actually in what's called the virtual seated sections. You'll just be given the whole week, and it'll be online, and you can take it. You don't have to go in there. I will tell you what the password is. I haven't made the test up yet, but you don't necessarily have to come in to take it. It's my people who are sitting in an actual online version of this class that have to come in and be proctored. Because I know you all are in the class because I see your faces, but they have to show their driver's license to make sure they're the ones that are
Yeah.
actually taking the test.
Yeah, because I usually take the test at the computer lab. Okay.
That's fine.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll
taking
get
it
it.
here and taking it home, there's no difference. The difference is for the password. Like, that's the only reason they have to get it proctored is for passwords. But if she tells us the password, then by all means, we can get the password.
That's
here.
right. If I tell y'all the password, then y'all can take it whenever, you know.
Yeah, because last time.
45-minute drive from where I live, just to right here to take the bus.
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
what
oh
we're
no,
at,
I don't
half
want
an
y'all to
hour.
have to do that because y'all come here at least once or twice a week anyway. So it's the people that don't come here at all that I have to verify are the actual people taking the class.
I wanted to just be clear about, we're going through chapter 12 into chapter 13 this week.
Right?
Usually there's class quizzes and stuff that are due on Sunday. Will we have worked?
I have
those
not,
together?
I've not given any other assignments due Sunday.
It's just the reading.
Just the reading.
Basically, the study's
Just the
the
reading.
test.
Just the reading and studying for the test, that's right. Okay?
So you said you'll give us a password on Thursday for the.
Yeah, Thursday I will clarify exactly what you need to do
Make sure
for
you're not
next week.
recording.
Just
Yeah.
say password.
Yeah. Okay?
Show up. Perfect
All right.
attendance.
Well, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to
Stop recording.
stop recording and